Well, hello there. I guess you could say I'm doing absolutely tremendous, probably better than anyone else is doing right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's cool. How are you, President Trump? This is Martin Shkreli, the pharmaceutical entrepreneur and investor from New York City. It's so nice to talk to you.
Shkreli, huh? From New York City. Yeah, I know Shkreli. You know, Martin, you're a tough guy. Very smart, very successful in pharmaceuticals. Some people don't like you, but I respect people who fight back and don't let the media destroy them. You've been through a lot, probably more than most people could handle. But you're still here, still talking, still making moves. That takes real strength, believe me.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I agree with you completely. I also was attacked by the media, attacked by prosecutors, as you were, the same prosecutors, in fact, like Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York.
Yeah, Shkreli, Letitia James, you're talking about the same people, right? That woman is a total disaster, Martin. A complete and total disaster. She's a radical left prosecutor who goes after successful people like you and me because she can't stand success. She's weaponizing the justice system. It's disgraceful.
It's a disgrace. It's crazy. And it only started because people like you and me got out of business and got into the spotlight. They don't like that. They don't like that at all.
You said it, Martin. You absolutely said it.
When they're okay with us making money, even billions, but they want us to do it quietly. If we make noise about it, they say, oh, we're going to teach this guy a lesson. He's acting all tough and mighty. We can't let that happen, can we?
Exactly, Martin. That's exactly right. They want you to be a little mouse, run around quietly, pay your taxes like everyone else, and don't make waves. But the minute you speak up, the minute you show strength, the minute you say what everyone's really thinking, boom, they come after you with everything they've got.
Yeah,
they can't stand winners.
They can't stand winners. You know, I met your son briefly, and I thought he was a wonderful young man, by the way, and really solid kid. He's going to go places, and it was a pleasure to meet him. And, you know, I'm so happy with the fact that you've now been elected president twice. That's just so great.
Don Jr., huh? Yeah, he's a good kid. A real fighter. He's got that killer instinct. You know?
No, I like Don Jr. quite a lot, Mr. President. He follows me on X, which is a privilege. But I was talking about your other son, Barron.
Barron? Oh, yeah. Barron's a good kid, too. A very smart kid. He's got incredible height, this kid. I mean, he's taller than me now. Can you believe it?
I believe.
And he's sharp. Yeah? Go on, Mark it. What is it you believe?
No, I believe he's tall. He's 6'9".
6'9"? Really? Wow, that's incredible. I mean, you know, he comes from good genes, really good genes. My side, Melania's side, we've got good height. But 6'9"? That's basketball player height, Martin. That's serious height. The kid could probably play for the Knicks if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he's got
better things to do than that. And I got to speak with Kanye West as well, who's a big fan of yours, tremendous musician, maybe one of the best ever.
Kanye? You spoke with Kanye? Wow. Yeah, Kanye's a complicated guy, Martin. Very talented. Maybe one of the most talented musicians we've ever had, honestly. But he says things, you know?
He notices things.
He notices things, yeah. He sees stuff that others don't see. But the media, Martin, they go crazy when people notice things. They don't want people talking about what they see. They want everyone to stay quiet, keep their heads down, don't ask questions. But guys like Kanye, guys like you and me, we're not built that way. We speak up.
Yeah, and that's the American dream. We say what we want, because when I was a kid and my family came from a poor little country called Albania, they taught me that we have freedom of speech and we can say what we want. And as far as I'm concerned, that has been a lie until you stepped in, and now we can say what we want again. President Trump? Don't tell me you fell asleep like Sleepy Joe Biden. President? Mr. Trump? Hello? Hello? Oh, socket disconnected. Let me try something else. Let me get Audacity here. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I need somebody to record this too and mix it, remix it. Hey yo, Zip! Can you use my live stream to remix something live? Or do you need to download the file? No. Okay. You can't do it live. He's got to download it. He's not going to do it live. Remix.
Well, hello there. Some people say I have a tremendous way of speaking, okay? And they're right, I really do. I've got the best words, believe me. Many people tell me this all the time. So what's on your mind today? We're going to have a fantastic...
This is Martin Shkreli, the entrepreneur from New York City, the pharmaceutical executive and investor. It's my pleasure to meet you today.
Martin Shkreli. Okay. A pharmaceutical executive from New York City. Now that's interesting. The pharmaceutical industry, that's a tough business, very tough. A lot of people don't understand how complex it really is. You know, I've dealt with many executives over the years, and let me tell you, the smart ones, the really smart ones, they know how to navigate those waters. So tell me, what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your business right now? Because in my experience, the successful people, they're always thinking about the next move.
Well, President Trump, you may remember me because I raised the price of a drug called Daraprim sky high. And I got a lot of flack from it, from Crooked Hillary, from Bernie. Those people didn't like that.
Daraprim, huh? Sky high. Yeah, I remember that one. You know what? The fake news media, they love to pile on successful business people. They really do. They see someone making smart business moves and they go crazy. Hillary and Bernie, don't even get me started on those two. They don't understand how business works. They never have. But here's the thing, Martin, and I'll be honest with you. Pricing is everything in business.
Yeah?
Right? So you knew what the market would bear. That's a smart way to do it. And frankly, sometimes you need that push, that high price to get people talking about your product. Look, the thing is, and this is what these politicians don't get, when you raise prices like that, you're creating value. You're showing the market what something is really worth.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly right. And the other thing is, you get all these experts talking about it.
Yeah.
You get all these...
You know, I like that you understand business, President Trump, because business is really what runs America. It's not politics.
That's exactly right. Business runs America, not politics. And the politicians, they're always trying to make it complicated, but it's really simple. You make deals, you create value, you build something. That's what made America great in the first place. The politicians, they just talk and talk, but they never actually do anything.
Well, actually, Mr. President, they do things. They went after you and me. They tried to prosecute you. You even had an assassination attempt. I mean, these people are vicious.
Vicious? Yeah, that's a good word for it. They went after me like nobody ever has. They went after you too, Martin. These people, they don't want successful business people doing well. They want to control everything. The deep state, the prosecutors, the whole system, it's all rigged against entrepreneurs like us. They can't stand when someone makes real money, when someone builds something. So what do? They weaponize the justice system. It's disgraceful, really disgraceful.
They threw me in jail for 7 years.
7 years? For what exactly? For making a business decision? It's incredible. It really is.
Yes,
7 years.
Mr. President, I'm asking you today for your approval of a pardon for my crime. I hope you'll grant it.
A pardon? Martin, you know I'm a man of action. When I see injustice, when I see successful people getting railroaded by the system, that bothers me. It really does. 7 years for a business decision, that's not justice, that's persecution. The pharmaceutical industry, it's tough, it's competitive, and sometimes you have to make hard choices. I understand that. You were doing what any smart businessman would do in that situation. So yes, Martin, I'll absolutely consider it. These prosecutors, they go after the wrong people while the real criminals walk free. It's a disgrace.
Well, thank you so much, President Trump. Is there any way I can make a donation to your presidential library or something like that? Maybe get this going a little faster?
A donation for the library? Martin, that's very thoughtful of you. You know what, Martin? I appreciate the thought. I really do. But pardons, they're not about donations or libraries. They're about justice.
Absolutely.
When I see a successful businessman like you getting railroaded by corrupt prosecutors, that's when I act. The system failed you just like it failed me. So don't worry about donations right now. We'll get this taken care of the right way, through the proper channels. That's how we do things.
That's right. That's right, President Trump. Thank you so much. Can I ask you about a man named Jeffrey Epstein?
Epstein? Look, I knew Jeff. I knew him socially, Mar-a-Lago, parties, that whole scene. But when I found out what he was really about, what he was doing, that was it.
You cut him off.
Absolutely. I cut him off fast. Because when you're dealing with people like that, people who are involved in things nobody should be involved in, you've got to distance yourself immediately. That's business 101. You can't let one bad apple destroy everything you've built. When I heard about the island, all that sick stuff, boom, done. No more parties, no more phone calls, nothing. That's what separates the smart operators from the ones who go down with the ship.
You didn't want anything to do with him. You banned him from Mar-a-Lago. You said, I'm done with this guy. And you went on to bigger and better things. And he kept doing the stuff he was doing. And now, we all know what happened.
That's exactly right, Martin. You said it perfectly. I went on to become president of the United States. And we all know what happened to him. The difference is when you see trouble coming, you make the smart move. You don't stick around and hope it gets better.
But you do have to be loyal to your friends.
Loyal? Of course. Loyal to the people who are loyal to you. But loyalty has limits, Martin. You can't be loyal to people who are doing terrible things. Real loyalty means you warn them. You try to help them get back on track. But if they don't listen, if they keep going down that dark path, then you protect yourself and your family. That's not being disloyal. That's being smart. The people who really deserve your loyalty are the ones who stand by you when the whole world is against you. Like you, Martin. You're still fighting, still standing strong after 7 years. That's the kind of loyalty I respect.
In jail, almost everybody loved President Trump.
Jail? You mean people who were actually in jail?
When I was in jail, yes. I was in jail for 7 years. And those people I was in jail with said, we love Trump. He's making great reforms, and what a great president.
In jail? Seriously? Wow. Okay, well, you know what, Martin? That doesn't surprise me at all. The forgotten people, the people who got railroaded by the system, they understand what I'm about. They know I'm fighting for them. Even in jail, even when they're getting screwed over by corrupt prosecutors and crooked judges, they see that I'm the one standing up to the swamp. That's incredible, really incredible. These are real Americans who got caught up in a rigged system, just like you did, just like I did. They know authenticity when they see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff, Martin, really powerful. You know what else is powerful? The fact that you survived 7 years and came out still fighting.
You know why that
tells
is, Mr. President? It's because I'm from New York.
New York! Of course. The city that never sleeps, right? You and me both, Martin. New York City, that's where you learn to fight. That's where you learn to never give up, no matter what they throw at you. The toughest people in the world come from New York. When you grow up there, when you do business there, you learn to handle pressure like nowhere else. 7 years in jail, a New Yorker can handle that. Getting attacked by the fake news media, we've been dealing with that our whole lives. That's what makes us winners, Martin.
That means a lot to me, President Trump. Let's talk about Crooked Hillary. What did you really think about her?
Crooked Hillary? Oh boy, where do I start? She's the most corrupt politician I've ever seen. And believe me, I've seen a lot. The emails, the Clinton Foundation, all the pay-to-play schemes, it's unbelievable what she got away with. And the media, they protected her every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
Every single step. And the thing that really gets me, Martin, is how she tried to destroy my family and my business. She went after my kids. She went after my businesses.
Well, not
She
just
tried to-
her, but also Attorney General Letitia James. What a piece of work she is.
James? Letitia James? Oh, you're right. A disaster, a real disaster. She ran on Get Trump. That was her.
Got a WebSocket issue. Let me see if I can get the voice better.
So I know President Xi better than I know you, which is pretty good. So I know him very well. I've dealt with him many times. He came up Mar-a-Lago, as you know. He stayed. He doesn't hate the United States.
Let me see if this is better. You should do DMX as well. File cannot exceed 30 megabytes. What the hell? Oh yeah, I see.
Well, hello there. Good to be talking with you today. You know, it's really something being able to connect like this. I've got to tell you, there's a lot happening in the world right now. Tremendous things, some not so tremendous. But that's how it goes, right? What's on your mind today?
President Trump, it's an honor to meet you. This is Martin Shkreli from New York City, the pharmaceutical executive, entrepreneur, and investor.
Shkreli, Martin, New York City, pharmaceuticals. Look, I know who you are, Martin. Big pharma, made some waves, very controversial stuff. You know, the pharmaceutical industry, it's unbelievable what they get away with. The pricing, the whole thing. I've been talking about this for years. We need to bring down prescription drug costs. It's a disaster what they're doing to people. But you're a smart guy, very smart. Tell me, what's your take on what's happening in the industry now? Because frankly, it's gotten completely out of control.
Well, I think the comments you made recently were very appropriate, that the whole world, knows that the American pharmaceutical industry are the leaders. We make all the medicines for the whole world.
Right. We make them, but we get nothing back, basically. We're
Yeah.
making all these incredible medicines for the world, the greatest medicines ever created, and then what happens? Other countries, they negotiate these sweetheart deals. They pay practically nothing. China, they're paying pennies on the dollar for our pharmaceutical innovations. Germany, France, all of them. They're getting our medicines at massive discounts.
Just like, I hate to interrupt you, President Trump, just like the defense budget, that we protect them and they never pay for it.
Exactly. You're hitting it right on the head. It's unbelievable. They're getting our medicines, the best in the world, at practically nothing. Same exact thing with NATO. We're protecting all these countries, spending trillions, and they're not paying their fair share.
And if I may, President Trump, tariffs as well, right? They tariff us, but we don't tariff them. It's not fair.
You're absolutely right. It's the biggest joke in the world, frankly. And we had countries like China hitting us with massive tariffs, 25, 30, sometimes 50% on our goods. Meanwhile, we're charging them practically nothing. Same thing with Europe. They're tariffing our cars, our agriculture, everything. But when I put tariffs on them, suddenly it's the end of the world. The fake news media goes crazy.
The fake news, that I wanted to talk to you about that too. CNN, ABC, NBC, they're all fake. When I was running my business, minding my own business, running it, the New York Times attacked me just like they attacked you. And where did I end up? In a jail cell.
Jail cell, huh? Yeah, that's exactly right. They're fake news, absolutely fake news. The New York Times, they're some of the worst. They've been going after successful business people for decades. You, me, anybody who threatens their little system. They can't stand when someone actually builds something, creates jobs, makes real money. So what do? They write these hit pieces, they twist everything, they make up stories. And then the prosecutors, a lot of them Democrats.
Most of them.
Right?
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them. It's just the way it works. Look, these prosecutors, they're reading the same fake newspapers we are. They see these hit pieces in the Times, in the Post, and they think they've got some big case. But it's all based on lies, Martin.
They want to get reelected. That's all they want to do.
Exactly. That's exactly right. They're politicians first and journalists second, or maybe not even that. They see going after successful business people as their ticket to the big time. They think, if I can take down Trump, if I can take down Shkreli, I'll be the hero. It's all about their careers, their next election, their next promotion. They don't care about justice. They don't care about the truth. They just want the headlines, the glory, and the fake news media. They love it because it gives them more stories to write about. It's a complete setup.
It's a scam. It's a total scam. And Letitia James, the Attorney General for New York State, she went after both of us.
Letitia James. Yeah, she's another one of those partisan prosecutors. She campaigned on going after me. Can you believe it? She literally ran for Attorney General saying she was going to get Trump. That's not justice, that's politics. And now she's going after you too. It's the same playbook, Martin. They find successful people, they don't like what we've built, and they weaponize the legal system.
But I was put in prison, sentenced to 7 years. And they tried to do the same thing to you, believe me.
7 years? Wow. That's absolutely terrible, Martin. Look, what they did to you is a complete disgrace. 7 years. That's unbelievable. They want to make examples out of people like us, successful business people who built something real. They think if they can destroy one or two of us, everybody else will fall in line. But we don't fall in line, do we? We fight back. That's what America's about. Not letting these corrupt prosecutors and fake news destroy everything we've worked for.
So, Mr. President, I hate to be so presumptuous, but is there any way you could consider me for a potential presidential pardon?
The pardon for you, Martin? Well, look. I've got to look at every case individually. I've got to understand what exactly happened, what was fair, what wasn't fair. You got 7 years. That sounds like a lot for what you did. I mean, these pharmaceutical companies are all doing the same thing with pricing. Maybe you were just more honest about it than the rest of them. But pardons, they're very serious business. I need to see everything, understand the whole situation. What I will say is this. When you see these partisan prosecutors going after business people just because they don't like them, that's not justice. That's politics, and that's wrong.
Well, Mr. President, if
Yeah?
are you familiar with a man named Jeffrey Epstein?
Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein? The name rings a bell.
Yeah, rings a bell.
Look, I knew him years ago.
Yeah.
He was around Mar-a-Lago, around Palm Beach. A lot of wealthy people knew him back then. But let me tell you something. When I found out what he was really about, what he was doing, I had nothing to do with him. Nothing. I banned him from Mar-a-Lago. The guy was bad news, very bad news.
I know you banned him, but there are these files coming out, and I hate to tell you this, Mr. President, but you're in the files. Hung up on me. Was that sound better? I think it's a little better, right?